Chris Bessey, head coach at University of Maine Farmington.
I'm Hunter LaBossiere, and I'm from Oxford Hills, Maine. Overall, I'd say it was a pretty good season. I enjoyed playing with all my teammates, and I really wouldn't trade it for the world.
Watching him, break the records was a highlight of our season. A couple of our other guys had really good years as well, so it was successful for sure. If you're just looking at the wins and losses, maybe it wasn't, but I think the grind that Division III baseball is in the Northeast, it is the reward to be able to play college baseball and also get a great education. Danny and Hunter have been here for 5 years. Of course, they lost 2020 to the COVID year where they didn't play at all. So that was great for us, obviously having two veteran players that have both started since they were freshmen. Two great human beings. They do everything you ask, they work hard. They're always right there. They're not sitting in the dugout, because they're the seniors and been around and letting all the younger guys do it. They're the first ones to get out there and lead. Will Cochon actually transferred in, so this is his second year here, which is a kind of a funny story because I actually recruited him out of high school. Will's, again, a very solid human being, a great student athlete, a leader on campus. He's the voice of UMF. He does all the PA stuff in the fall and the winter. Won a leadership award because he's working to be a phys ed teacher, physical education teacher. I see him somebody who's going to lead a school somewhere. Wherever he decides to get a job, he'll be a leader in that school. Maybe as a teacher to start, but I could see him being a principal, even a superintendent down the road. He's that type of a leader. So we had really three great individuals, and they're going to be big losses for us for sure.
The bond I have with both of them is pretty special. It's pretty much an honor to be able to play with them and be able to be captains with them.
Number 30, Danny Turner.
Danny, from freshman year, not knowing, both coming in, really not knowing any of the older guys, and just creating that bond right away. When I said I was coming back for a 5th year, we were able to get him to come back too, and I knew it was just going to be special year for both of us, and I'm really proud of how far we both have come.
Now batting number 28, Will Cochon.
For Will coming in, it just felt immediately like family when he came in, and being able to see what they've done for this program is also awesome.
I think he has a great approach. He doesn't try to do too much. He stays up the middle, which we talk about quite a bit. He's pretty connected in his swing, so he doesn't pull off a lot of baseballs, which is why he barrels up a lot of baseballs. Plus he's multi-dimensional. He's not a hitter that's just up there that can only hit. If I need him to hit and run, he can hit and run. Even though I haven't asked him to bunt a lot, I don't think since his freshman year, he's also a pretty good bunter. He takes the approach that, he's not trying to hit home runs, he's not pulling off baseballs because he's trying to get around the outside of them and pull them. He can hit to all fields just because he's so connected and stays up the middle. And he's very knowledgeable.
I would say just going up there, not trying to think too much. Definitely taking from what I've seen from my teammates' at-bats, and even remembering from what this guy might have done last year if we faced him. And like Coach said, I watch a lot of the games, so I like to study what certain pitchers are trying to do. Especially, we have pitching charts in the dugouts, and we know what guys throw, so what pitches I'm looking for in certain counts and stuff like that is just super important. And then trying to stay up the middle to the other way has really helped me be able to become an overall hitter.
And obviously hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport. I know other people I've had these arguments with many people before. Hockey, they say hockey is the toughest sport, or shooting a basketball is the toughest thing, but having done both, obviously I've never played hockey, but hitting a baseball consistently is very hard to do, which is why you're going to fail more than you succeed.
It is hard, especially if you get into a slump. It's like it's definitely difficult to get out if you just are in your own head, but you got to make sure your mind's clear when you step out into the plate. And even coach this year, a lot of times, he said when you step into the box, remember your favorite moment from when you hit a home run from Little League, or just have positive thoughts when you step into the box. So that definitely helps. There's nothing better really than being able to barrel up a ball, especially when you do it quite a bit. I mean, it's very hard to get consistent at doing it, so especially when you are able to do it consistently, it definitely helps. But yeah, that's all
Your chest is stuck out a little bit further after you
Yeah, probably.
after you barrel up a ball.
Yeah. Johnny, who actually went to my high school, got on in front of me, and I was just looking to move him over. I wasn't trying to do much, and it just worked out that way. I think it was a fastball on the outer half of the plate, and it was actually, I hit him between the first and second baseman, and that was actually my first ever career hit in Florida my freshman year. It was the same exact spot. It was kind of weird that happened. So it was definitely a struggle to get there, because even though I didn't try to put too much pressure on myself, I knew it was there. It was in the back of my mind. So it was definitely somewhat difficult to just be there. But the feeling of when I got it, it was just like a sigh of relief. It was everything I pretty much worked towards my whole career here, and even in high school from when I was little. Just like being able to have that moment, it was really special, especially with being able to doing it with my teammates, and like looking around, seeing all of them support me throughout the year and through my whole career here. It was just awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that hit, Hunter LaBossiere now holds the record for most hits at the University of Maine at Farmington with 128 total hits.
It's just called the seniors' last trip around the bases, because it was their last home game. Wanted to celebrate the seniors as best I could, because they're 3 great seniors. So I had talked to them earlier about, this is my idea, what do you think? And they all loved it, and they picked out the song.
We picked the Moneyball song pretty much to get everybody's emotions flowing. All 3 of us decided on that within like a minute of coach telling us that's what the song we wanted to do.
I thought it went well. A lot of tears. I think it was a good closing moment, so I think it's something that we'll continue to do, in years to come for sure.
Definitely taking like the trip around the bases was very emotional, because obviously I've been here for 5 years, a big part of my life, but just being able to play at Hippick, is just knowing that it was the last game was definitely just kind of surreal moment that it was all over, and being able to just see my teammates basically working our way around, like most of the first year guys and sophomores were on the right side, and then leading up to guys who've been there longer was just pretty emotional, and I love doing it. I think it was a great end of the season wrap up for like our last home game.
Being able to get to recruit players to come here and get a college education, and then see them grow up to be men and get families, have a lifelong relationship with them. It's very meaningful, and building that bond that's going to last beyond the 4 years you're here. And to me, that's what it's about. It's about building relationships that are going to last for a long time, and helping them get a great education in the meantime.
It's been so beneficial. Baseball is pretty much everything I've had that's been consistent for my last 20 years of my life. Since I picked up a bat, it's literally been everything. I've learned so much from the game. Just like, not even about the sport, just about life in general.